What is up, everybody? It's Mike from Troopers, and today we're back with another week of NFL predictions. We're in week 15, only 3 more weeks of football before the playoffs start. And to keep going on that basis, NFL playoff predictions are coming soon, so make sure to subscribe right now. You don't want to miss who's making the playoffs. So last week I went 11-4, Dan went 10-5, so you know what that means. We made up one game. There's a 1-game difference between our records. This is the week where we overtake his record. Starting off, we have the Chargers versus Raiders, a pretty solid showdown right here. The Chargers had a pretty good win against the Atlanta Falcons. We really are starting to see what Austin Eckler can do with that offense. Herbert and Allen are also making a pretty strong connection. The other side, we have the Raiders. Now, the Raiders have not been playing well as of late, but they were able to hang around with the Indianapolis Colts. You know, that's pretty solid right there. Raiders, I like them a little bit more in this matchup. I'm going to take the Las Vegas Raiders over the Chargers. Next up, we've got the Bills and Broncos. Now, I said that the Bills versus Steelers would be a defensive matchup, and it was for the most part until things got out of hand. The Bills, they turned on what they do on offense, and obviously they beat the Steelers. The Bills' defense also helped out with some big plays, too. The Bills are a for-real team, and I think are underrated in the AFC. You'll see that in the playoff video when that comes out. Bills versus Broncos. The Broncos had a nice win against the Panthers. I didn't expect it. It was an upset, but they don't beat the Buffalo Bills regardless of where this game is played. I know it's in Denver. Bills should win this game convincingly. Panthers versus Packers. The Panthers, every week I say, you know what? McCaffrey's going to be back this week. I can't wait to see McCaffrey play, and he never comes back. McCaffrey should be back this week, all right? I think he's coming back this week. We'll be able to see McCaffrey in this offense once again. Pretty solid offense, but the Packers have the best offense in the league besides the Chiefs. I really like Green Bay's odds right here. I haven't seen anything I dislike from Green Bay except for that one game against the Buccaneers. Packers' defense might not be the best, but their offense is right up there with the Chiefs. Packers win right here. Texans versus Colts. This is a pretty big match in the AFC South. If the Colts want to make the playoff picture, they have to handle business, especially against the Texans. Texans don't have the best of records, but they are able to win games. They got destroyed by the Bears, whatever. Mitchell Trubisky had a solid game, so did David Montgomery. The Texans have a really strong offense, and I know the Colts have a strong defense that usually controls the game. I just don't see the Texans making the upset right here. I'm going to take Indianapolis in this game. Important win for Indianapolis. Lions versus Titans. This game could be exciting. Similar to McCaffrey, Kenny Galladay, who knows if he's even on the face of earth. Could have been abducted by aliens. Who knows? He's been out the last couple of weeks, and, the Lions have been feeling that on offense. The Lions have the potential to be good on offense. Their defense needs some work, especially Jeff Okudah's out for the season. I'm definitely taking King Henry and the Titans. What the Titans are doing on offense is unreal. Derrick Henry always has 200 yards before halftime. I look up, 3 touchdowns. Derrick Henry's not even in the game anymore. They put in some dude who I call McDonald. I don't know his last name. I think it might be McDonald. I don't know. The Titans' backup running back. He's in the game more than Henry because by halftime, Henry gets benched because they're already destroying. Titans definitely win this game. Bears versus Vikings. Big battle of the AFC North. Both of these teams are on the cusp of making the playoff as the 7 seed, potential 8 seed if we advance to 8-team playoffs. The Bears and Vikings, winner of this game, could be looking at a last seed playoff spot. I like the Minnesota Vikings in this matchup a little bit more than Chicago, just because Minnesota and their offense is just, the Bears, they're inconsistent. They're way more than inconsistent too. Just because they had one good week against the Texans doesn't mean their offense is good all of a sudden. They have more to prove to me than the Vikings do. Adam Thielen, Rookie of the Year, Justin Jefferson, and Dalvin Cook. I'll take that offense any day. Bears defense, though, that makes things a lot more complicated. I could be I might be not thinking about this one enough, but I'm going to go with Minnesota. Not confident, but I'm going to go with Minnesota. Seahawks versus Washington. This is going to be a good game. The Seahawks lost to the New York Giants, which was a huge upset. They had a bounce back, obviously, against the Jets. Now, if you're looking at Seattle and you're like, oh my God, the Seahawks are good again. They just destroyed the Jets. No, the Seahawks, they should have had a convincing win against the Jets. That was basically a bye week. Now, this is the game I'm looking forward to. Washington has been, lighting things up as of recent. They beat the 49ers. Obviously, they beat the Cowboys. A lot of big wins for Washington. Now, their offense without Alex Smith, I don't know if Alex Smith tweaked his calf. He has a calf injury. Hopefully, he's back for this game. It'll make things a lot more interesting. It's in Washington. Washington's defense is really strong. Russell Wilson, besides the Jets game, hasn't been playing his best football. I'm going with Seattle to win this game. But if Washington handles business right here, they might even be able to do stuff in the playoffs. They'll make the playoffs if they win this game, just because I think the division is going to be out of reach. But if Washington wins this game, it's a statement for sure. I'm going with Seattle, but definitely keep your eye on this one. Patriots versus Dolphins, battle of the AFC East. Well, the Patriots are not going to win the AFC East for the first time since 2008. That's a pretty crazy stat. And it's between the Dolphins and Bills. I'm definitely thinking I'm leaning towards the Bills winning that division as of right now. The Dolphins were not able to, finalize that comeback over the Chiefs, but the Dolphins defense has been lighting it up as of late. Patriots offense, they did outscore the Chargers 45-0, so that was random. And then they came back the next week, right when you thought, they were catching fire, and they lost to the Rams 24-3. They went from 45 points to 3 points. Patriots, too inconsistent for me to choose. Dolphins, though, I really don't like how the Dolphins' offense looks. They weren't really able to move the ball until late in the game against the Chiefs. And, I give props to Mike Gesicki on that one. He was kind of carrying that offense. Tua had a couple good throws, too. I'm going with the Dolphins right here. But this could be a closer game than expected, especially because it's in the AFC East. And, Bill Belichick's really good at coaching up his defense against young quarterbacks. Give me Miami Dolphins in this matchup. Jaguars versus Ravens. Yeah, it's the Jaguars. The Jaguars aren't going to be beating this team, I don't think. The Ravens have been inconsistent, though. The Ravens haven't really proved anything to me at all. They had a couple, choking games, couple decent games here and there. I'm going to go with the Ravens right here. That's basically a bye week, in my opinion. Buccaneers versus Falcons, NFC South matchup. Now, I predicted the Vikings to upset the Buccaneers, and I don't want to hear any comments because the Vikings easily could have won that game if Dan Bailey did not shank 7 D5 field goal attempts. Dan Bailey was atrocious in that game, and in my opinion, definitely cost them the win. The Buccaneers didn't play great. Tom Brady missed a lot of open throws. If the Buccaneers don't win this game right here, be worried if you're a Tampa Bay fan. The Buccaneers should handle business against the Falcons, though. I expect them to win, but hopefully they do it convincingly. They kind of need some momentum heading into the playoffs. 49ers versus Cowboys. The Cowboys beat the Bengals. I was a little worried there was going to be a comeback there at the end. I'm glad the Cowboys beat the Bengals just because I'm an Eagles fan. I want them to go up in the draft order and the Eagles to go down. Of course, that's not going to happen anymore, but I like the 49ers to win this game. I just don't think the Cowboys are going to be able to hold on against I just don't think they're going to be able to hold on against the 49er offense that has Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel. A lot of speed, and especially with the Cowboys' sketchy secondary. Now, the Cowboys' defensive line has been playing better, but I'm giving this win to the 49ers regardless. Eagles versus Cardinals. Why? The 1 week, all right, I'm at a point in the season I want the Eagles to lose for better draft picks, and we beat the Saints when the Cowboys win too. So that kind of shot ourselves in the foot, in my opinion. Jalen Hurts, he looked like I said last week. Wentz is the better player, but Hurts is better for this team right now just because the offensive line is not doing great. So he has the ability to scramble every single play, make exciting plays, do stuff with his legs. He had 108 rushing yards. You saw that on display against the Saints. We beat the Saints, good win, whatever. If we beat the Cardinals right here, we're kind of for real, but the Cardinals have been inconsistent. With that being said, the Cardinals should not lose to the Eagles, especially in Arizona. I'm giving this win to the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, Kenyon Drake. Good offense. Cardinals defense been playing well as of late too. Arizona with the win. Jets versus Rams. Enough said. Rams win this game. Chiefs versus Saints. Solid game right here. Drew Brees might be back for this game. I think he's definitely on the verge of coming back. But the Saints did say they don't want to rush his injury. They don't want to rush his return. And, I'd be content with Taysom Hill anyway. Taysom Hill threw for 290 yards last week. 2 touchdowns, pretty good deep throws too. Taysom Hill's definitely progressing. I would stick with Taysom Hill for this game, just see what he can do against the Chiefs. He's going to have to do a lot, though, because the Chiefs are going to score a lot of points right here, which is why I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs. Browns versus Giants. Pretty big matchup right here. This means a lot for both of these teams. Both of these teams need this game for playoff implications. I'm giving this win to the Cleveland Browns. I don't know what Daniel Jones was doing last week, but send Colt McCoy back in. And in the final game, I think it's Monday Night Football, we have the Steelers versus Bengals. Steelers fans, okay, we got a pick-me-up game right here. You guys had some momentum, easy schedule, and now you're playing some tougher opponents, not doing as great. The Steelers definitely need this win to build some confidence heading into the playoffs, and I think they'll get it right here against the Bengals. All right, there's all the predictions. Let me know what you think down below. Subscribe, comment, and there you go.